So, I got a private message from one of the 4chan members about how I've been unbanned, and I messaged him personally, not word for word, I don't remember exactly what I wrote, but essentially I said that while I'm grateful that you all have been spending so much time and energy trying to get me unbanned, don't expect me to come back. I mean, it's not that I have scars and it's because I'm not here for anybody's amusement. I'm entitled to my opinion, and I'm gonna project it wherever, whenever. I would have posted on 4chan whether or not Steve wanted me to. You know, Steve has no control over what I do or don't do. Steve is not my massa. And that's what people don't understand. That's what Steve especially doesn't understand. You know, when Occupy Wall Street supports police officers, and then the communists and socialists say that they're wrong and that they're reactionary liberals, saying that, oh, the police are part of the 99% too and just don't realize it. Well, they're correct, but not in the way they think they are. The police are indeed class traitors. They are the henchmen of the elite, and they use their batons and their guns and their rubber bullets and their hoses or whatever other tool they have at their disposal to disrupt and hurt the 99%, the workers of the world. But this is a big but. They are as subject to the victimhood of the elite as anybody else. You know, a cop can just as easily get fired and lose their badge, and then they're just like the rest of the poor saps that are getting hosed down and shit. The only difference between a police officer or a security guard of some sort and a normal Joe is that little badge. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't give them any safety. It doesn't give them any guarantee. It just says that they are different. They are of a different class hierarchy. But when someone at the top can command that hierarchy, that's the problem. And that problem will always exist as long as you ascribe to capitalism. That's what I'm trying to say here. What I'm saying here is that it would be haphazard and incompetent to attack the class traitor, because the class traitor is useless. He's a stupid, barbaric buffoon that does not realize his own conditioning. He does not realize his own lot in life. He doesn't realize how easily all of this that he's worked so hard for can be taken from him, because he actually believes the massa has his best interests at heart. That's why I love Malcolm X, the House Negro, and the Field Negro. The Field Negro knows better. The House Negro does not. The House Negro loves his massa more than he loves himself. And that is an unfortunate reality, but we're just going to have to grim and bear it and focus on the massa, because it is the massa who is commanding everybody. It is the massa who feels entitled, and the class traitor will go along with anything, because the class traitor is a moron. The House Negro is a moron. It doesn't matter what you call him, that's what they are. They are not the 99%, nor are they the 1%. They are just the 0%. They are losers, they are zeros, they are nobodies. They will continue to be nobodies with or without a revolution. That's what you need to get across in your head. And that's what I don't think these people understand. That's why I don't attack single moderators. You notice I don't attack random moderator number one. Like, when it came to Richard the Rapist Buhler, initially it was St. Roland Jude that banned me. And yet you don't see me talk about him. Why is that? Because he's not the owner. He's not the massa. He's not the king. He's not whatever he wants to call himself. He's just a fucking moderator. I think now he's a site administrator, but nonetheless, he is still a House Negro. He still is at the beck and call of Richard the Rapist Buhler. It would be useless of me to attack him and rail against him, because he is not the elite. He is not the 1%. He is not the person that thinks he's in charge. He knows he's not in charge, but he is willing to use his muscle and to apply force against the workers, against the member. So that's why I attack only Richard the Rapist Buhler, because only Richard the Rapist Buhler is of actual hierarchy standing. Everyone else is just a trained dog. I'm not going to go after a bad dog. I'm going to go after the bad owner. There's no such thing as a bad dog. So that's what I'm trying to say here. And I refuse to post at 4chan just because Steve lets me. If I wish to post at 4chan, I will continue to. And if I choose to do so under the name Jim Prophet, I will choose to do that too. Steve has no control over my content, and when Steve realizes that, maybe I'll stop talking about him. But until then, he will always be the petty, grotesque, mongrel bourgeoisie that deserves everything he gets. And I am honestly shocked that anyone in his family would talk to him. Maybe he was raised by some real scumbags. I don't know. I don't know his life story. I don't care. But there is no excuse in the world for the way he acts and for the way he treats everybody. Me, you, anybody. Because if you think that just because you're a moderator, you're in good standing, you're fucking stupider than I thought. Because just as easily, you could be demodded and banned like everybody else. In fact, I think a few of them were on 4chan. So, put that in your hookah and smoke it.